Hi, I'm Peter Dunsmore, and in this video series I'm going to show you how to make this box for getwoodworking.com. This is the trickiest part of the box, I think. It's almost nerve-wracking, if you like. You've put all the effort into making this box, and now you've got to cut the lid from the base, which means cutting all the way around all four sides and separating the lid from the base. Now, one way of doing this is to use a table saw, and this is an accurate way of cutting the box, but as you can see the guards had to be removed, so obviously great care has to be taken, but it does ensure a very accurate cut. Now the first thing to check is that the fence is exactly parallel with the blade, and I use a steel rule for this. It's no good the fence being even slightly off. I've cut it 30mm from the fence. The depth of cut is set at 14mm, which is a depth of cut of the side of the box. And then you simply turn the machine on and feed one side through. Keep your hands away from the blade, holding the box fairly firmly in against the fence and down, and you push forwards. Now obviously when you've cut two sides, there's going to be a tendency when you cut the third and fourth for the lid to flap around. So what we need is an offcut of timber 1/8 of an inch or 3mm thick, which is the thickness of the saw blade, and what we'll do is we'll insert that into the gap and hold it in place with masking tape. The hands are well away from the box. This is the first side I'm cutting, and this is nice, steady, smooth. Turn the machine off, keep your hands well away from the blade. Wait till it stops. Now lift the box away. You can see it's cut cleanly through the side, right the way through. Now we can cut another side before we have to start filling in with an offcut of timber. So we'll repeat the process. Hands away, press down and press into the fence and just push gently. Turn the machine off, wait for the blade to stop and pull it away. There's a second side cut. Now obviously when the third side is cut, there's going to be a tendency for this to flap in and pinch a blade or cause problems when it separates. So to avoid this, get some timber, and in fact some of this inlay that we used earlier is about the right thickness. And what you do, just insert it in here and put some masking tape across the top and pull the lid onto the base, keeping the inlay in between like this, and in effect you've re-secured the box. There we go. As you can see now, the inlay is, or the scrap piece of timber is in between the lid and the base where the cut is. Now we'll cut the third side. Hands on top, hands away from the blade, keep it into the fence Push gently forward. Turn the machine off. Wait for the blade to stop, and what we'll do, we just need a couple of little bits pushed in here, like that, a little bit of tape across the top. Same with the other end. And that supports the 3 cut sides quite satisfactorily. Now what we'll do is cut the 4th side. Wait for the machine to stop. That's it, and then you can pull it over, undo the tape, lift off the top. Just needs a little bit of cutting through in that last side. Perhaps just held on by a whisker. There you go. There you go. And there's the lid and the base, ready just for cleaning up a little bit. And you wonder what all the worry was about. Find the top matches perfectly. Just needs a little bit of cleaning up, which we'll do in just a moment. Now, in the absence of a table saw, it's quite possible to separate the lid from the base using the router. And one of the easiest tools to use is one of these slot router cutters. It's a slotter, and by varying the size of the bearing and varying the size of the actual diameter of the cutter, it's possible to make a cut 14 millimeters deep by just simply reducing the bearing or putting a bigger cutter on. And this is ideal to use in a router table. Set your depth of cut to 30 millimeters or whatever suits the box, and then feed the box along the router table using the bearing to rub against the side of the box, and separate the lid from the base in this way. But again, in a similar way to this, remember to put some inserts of offcuts of timber, the thickness of the cutter, in here as you cut the 3rd and 4th side. Both methods are easy so long you follow basic safety rules. That is, keep your fingers away from revolving cutters.